first thing you'll notice. How is that color? Hey? Very sexy. I like the grey rails. So Dutchie has made me a twin before, actually, in all honesty. And it was a rocket. Like, I loved the board. You would have seen maybe photos and footage of me on Blue Flame Twin Fin. That is that board. So looking at twins, I think he had a little bit of insight into what I like and what goes for me. This has, however, been updated quite a lot. It is not the same board. The fins still quite far back, 6'1", 21 3/4, 3 inches. Look at the double concave through there. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Kind of the modern twin fin, really, with a bit of old school. You can see a lot of rocker there, especially up front over here by the nose. So Dutchie's basically said to me that most twin fins are kind of shaky on the backhand. Like, it's a pretty common thing. Like, twins are not as easy on your backhand. So he's saying that because of the rocker and the outline on this board, it should go a lot better on the backhand. Luckily, we've got a few lefts around here, so we're going to put it to the test. Also nice and personalized for the regular guy. And he's put one of his Fun One Stores grips on there. And it looks like the right kind of grip for a twin fin too. Not too much kicker and stuff. But wow, this also looks like an incredible board. Really keen to get this thing in the water and have a go on it. And geez, I really do like this color. That's sexy. That's super sexy. Typical Mossel Bay fashion is really fun little rights and outers. I mean, it's not like all time or anything, but compared to what we've seen this week, it's looking pretty tasty. And there's no one out. I've been frantically messaging some of the locals I know, like, hey bro, it's like, come surf with me. Okay, well, we might see you later. So guess it's me and outers alone. Thank you, Shark Bands. Make me feel a little bit better about being out and outers on my own. And I'm on the Dutchie. The first session was at Outers. It was it was a lot of wind swell, and it looked really good, but I really struggled in that first session. It was, I felt like the board was a bit small, and I was struggling to get like my momentum going down the line. And if you look at the footage, you'll see like I kind of was just hacking a couple of waves I missed. And all in all, I mean, I'm not going to blame the board. It could have been me. I was maybe a bit low energy that morning, and it was hard to read the waves because you couldn't tell when the good ones are coming. You'd pop over a wave and suddenly there it was. So like the conditions looked really good, but they weren't. And I was kind of worried. I won't lie. I thought, okay, this board's maybe too small for me. That was my thought, is the board's too small for me and it's not going to go. Second session, kind of paddled out at Outers. It wasn't looking that good, but we hit like a little magic, like 1 hour pulse. And I really did have, like I've got to paddle this board hard. Like it's not a light paddler. So again, maybe a little bit on the small side for me. But once I got the rail up and going, I had the old Scarfini MRs in. And once it got going, it started feeling really good. And the first wave I took off, came off the bottom and hammered like a really nice little lip hit, felt the tail sort of drift off of it as well, and like immediately felt like a little bit more confident on it. And then the second session went really, really well. I got a lot of waves, did some nice big down carbs, got a couple of nice little lip glides, and suddenly I was like, wow, this board actually feels really good. Definitely, I think a board that I would want to ride in really clean conditions. I'm not sure if it's going to be your best bet in like onshore bumpy conditions, but if the waves are clean and there's a little bit of go, it feels really good. Like I'd really like to surf this in some really clean point break on the front side and back side. Next time I go up the west coast, I think this is a twin I'd really like to have a go at Mossel Bay with. Like normally you wouldn't want to surf a twin on your backhand, but I think this one might actually go. It's got really sharp rails pulled in, and you feel that when you start hammering into turns. A lot of twins feel like drifty. This one doesn't. But when you release the tail, it releases instantly. So it's a really nice combination of that like looseness that you want with a twin combined with a lot of drive, and it's kind of rare to find a twin that has a lot of drive like that. So like I said, I think maybe I needed just a bit more volume and maybe another sort of inch. This one was a 6.1, maybe I needed like a 6.2 and just like 3-4 more liters just for the paddle power. But other than that, like went really good, and I certainly want to try surf it a bit more. So good job, Dutch. The twin went well.
All right, hello. This is the second series of the regular guy with Captain Kai. We're looking at summer boards this time. I've chosen a new model by the name of the FishFace, kind of a play on words from the Channel Islands fish beard. The reason why I chose this board and its relevance is that this is one of the first fishes that actually uses more rocker, where the more traditional characteristic of a fish is a flatter rocker with modern elements, whereas we kind of take the traditional elements and give it more of a performance rocker. So it's the other way around. Why is this important? Because all of a sudden you have a board that'll fit into your curve a little bit better, and I know everyone always struggles with fishes on their backhand, so, and especially in twin fin. So this is the first one that will actually, or first one that actually does have the ability to come off the backhand a lot more, making it a little bit more of a all-around and versatile board. So this fits into what's known now as the modern retro style of board, where it appears that it has a retro look, but it's all the it's got all the cylinders for performance board. So yeah, This one in particular, you always got to surf a board with more rocker. You got to surf it a little bit longer. So this fish is also 2 inches longer, which will give a lot more confidence to a lot of people. Just having the board a little bit more stretched out. Yeah, just a beautiful outline. It comes in a little bit more, so your feet or the fins are a little bit narrower, a little bit more control over the back. Super modern rails, so in other words about a 70-30% rail. And as I mentioned, the bottom of the board, a lot of rocker, but the top of the board is just volume. And yeah, I've been getting a lot of good feedback on this board, and I think it's a perfect thing for Captain Kai for the summer edition of the regular guys. So hope you enjoy it. Cheers.